I think the baby's crowning again. I don't know.
What?
The what? I don't think you want to know.
No, I don't.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Wade and Shiggy Show. I am Wade here with Wow Bill. Today we are doing movie reviews. That's right. If you didn't watch the first video when we did Ford versus Ferrari, you know now that this is late night movie hour with us. As it's like 11 o'clock at night here, and basically we explained everything in the first video we uploaded.
Yeah.
But today we are doing a movie review of the movie Midway. Bill, I think it's safe to say you should talk about this film more than I do because you're more of a war buff than I am. So Bill, if you want to take it away, be my guest.
Well, you can say something first. I'll let you come in and chime in.
Oh, you want me to go first, huh?
Yeah.
Let the young buck go first, and then we'll let the
veteran to go.
Yeah, we'll let the veteran go last.
It's basically a movie. I don't know what to say. It's basically a movie. If you go, most people would probably be older because they are people who understand this stuff more than kids. Trying to explain to kids, they have to do a lot of teaching. But basically, it's about the Battle of Midway in World War II.
Yeah, it's basically based off the true story of the Battle of Midway.
And what turned the war in the Pacific for the United States.
I mean, so basically you guys already know what the movie is. Battle of Midway, you can't go wrong with that in my opinion. Bill said it was a remake from the original Midway back in 1978?
It's in the 70s, I think, was the original one.
Okay.
I have to make sure on that. I'm not sure exactly.
Right. I mean, for my personal opinion, I mean, he loves this movie.
Yeah, because I love airplanes.
He saw it.
I love World War II airplanes.
I mean, this dude was talking to me for weeks about watching Midway. It was crazy.
I like World War II airplanes. They just basically.
Yeah, me on a personal level, I liked the movie. I did. I liked it a lot because most of my family is in the military. So I mean, yes, of course I'm gonna like it. But on a technical critique standpoint, because you guys do deserve that instead of our own personal opinions, we do have to critique at the same time. Otherwise, we're not critics. We let our personal opinions overtake our critiques a little bit. And for me,
I let you do the critiquing.
I'm a pretty good pro at this by now.
I'm a veteran of that.
I mean, I've been critiquing movies for years now. So I mean, you can't go wrong with Midway's storyline because people like Bill, for example, you try to change one thing that didn't happen in history, he's going to tell me about it.
Yeah, because I went to school when they actually taught history in school.
Exactly.
I don't know if they teach that anymore.
Also, I look at it like this. Are teenagers going to like this? Are kids are going to like this? It is PG-13, so it is supposed to be built for kids and teenagers.
Kids, like we said, we had kids besides that.
We did have kids, yes. We did have kids at the theater because we were sitting next to them. In a personal opinion, I don't think kids would be interested in this film because there were a lot of points to where they were talking, they were exchanging information, there were some kind of moments to where it showed, you know, like personal things and all that stuff. And kids ain't gonna sit around for that crap. All they want us to do is see a guy in the air go, you know, all that high action crap.
They did a lot of that in the bombers.
They did. I mean,
in World War II, bombers had all that.
It's hard to be. This is hard to be a spoiler-free movie when you guys should know what the Battle of Midway is.
Yeah.
If you don't know what the Battle of Midway is, go read a history book. Because I'm gonna look at you thinking, have you lost your mind?
Because actually in the beginning of the movie showed the attack of Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, because I mean, especially if you don't know Pearl Harbor. If you don't know Pearl Harbor, you're not an American.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that right now as a proud American and a proud man of my family that I love the most. If you don't know what Pearl Harbor and Midway is, just leave. Just go. Go out this door right here, right beside me, and just go. Go. Get the hell out of here. But yeah, it did. It did kind of. Some parts I were thinking like, okay, this doesn't make sense or this doesn't make sense. And I tried talking to Bill about it, and Bill tried to critique me on what the real World War II was. And I was thinking, yes, that did happen. But at the same time, there were a few things that didn't make sense. Like Nick Jonas being a New Yorker. I'm sorry for you people who love the Jonas Brothers out there. For all you girls that fanboy over this guy, good for you. But he is not a New Yorker. They tried to make him play a New Yorker in the film. Dude cannot pull off a New York accent to save your life. Definitely a turnoff for me. I could not do it. And then they tried to make him look like a badass, and that didn't work either. Oh, this dude was singing to girls. How are you just gonna grow a pair? Really? You're in a boy band. When'd you grow a pair? Sorry to offend Nick Jonas. I mean, I don't know the guy personally. I think he's a nice guy, but should not have played a New Yorker. Sorry.
Yeah.
If anything, you should have played like a California boy.
Because that's where he is. That's where
exactly.
That's where it's from.
If you would have played somebody from like Southern California, okay, that would have made sense. But they played him as off as a New Yorker. They gave him a New Yorker backstory. I look at it like this: if you don't talk like a New Yorker, you're not a New Yorker. I have friends
New
from New
Yorkers
York.
have special accents.
Yes, they do. I have friends that live in New York. Okay, they have special accents. You can tell they're from New York. Hell, I've worked in New York. You can tell when you're talking to a New Yorker. Trust me on this. That was probably the biggest turnoff of the entire movie. Other than that, I can't go wrong. This is not a bad movie. It's a good movie, especially for people who are into war stuff, World War II, especially for veterans. You know, because we do...
There was a lot of them in there, too, when we went in there.
Yeah.
It looked like there was a lot of veterans in that movie theater when we was in there.
And we do apologize. We couldn't do this on Veterans Day weekend, but I was stuck at work. I mean, what can I do? I can't take off work 2 days from when I work it. There's no way. I mean, we could have done this on Veterans Day, but because of my work schedule, we couldn't have done it, which I rather would have done it on Veterans Day.
It was packed in, I guarantee.
I know, we could have never got in.
It was pretty packed in there when we was there in the night, too.
It was. Probably because it was too packed over the Veterans Day weekend.
Yeah.
That's probably why. But guys, it was a good film. I do encourage you all to, if you're wanting to get
some history
lesson, like retaught what happened, like, because it does go in depth. It does go very in depth. It does show a lot of things. I'm not going to spoil most of the story because, I mean, you guys know what happens. But there's a lot of side bit tips in the story too that I would encourage you all to go watch.
Yeah, about families and what that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you guys, in my opinion, if you want to know what World War II was, I would encourage you all to go watch it.
What changed? It actually changed, turned the tide into World War II in the Pacific for the United States.
So guys, you all know when we do our movie reviews, we give a star rating. 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Bill, what would you give this?
That's the same with us and 4. I'd put the 4 on it because it's basically,
wow,
it's history. It's telling a history, a true story.
There's no favoritism here, I swear.
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
He is a veteran, so I mean, he kind of. He's not a bigger critique than I am, so I mean.
I actually noticed because I read a book on a history book on Midway. It actually almost fit to a T most of what happened in that war battle.
Yeah, so I mean, he's in love with those movies. So I mean, I can understand him giving a 4, even though we try to be biased. Sometimes our personal stuff does come out of us, like him with war stuff.
And being a veteran.
Oh yeah, with him being a veteran, it'll bump that score up for him even more. Me, on a personal level, I give it a 3. Critiquing being a critic because I want to be biased for you guys, because I don't want to give my personal level to, what's the word? I don't want my personality to basically dictate what the score would be, because some of you people out there could care less. Maybe you just want to go see a movie just to see if it's any good or not. You know what I mean? So, I look at it like this. Midway is not for kids unless you're
going to teach
them something.
Teach them the story of what happened.
Right. If anything, you go take your kid to go see Frozen 2 when it comes out here within the next week or two.
But
teens?
Yeah, take your teens if teens they should start learning.
Teens and teenagers nowadays,
they don't get taught this stuff, I don't think, in school anymore like they used to.
I mean, they do, but it's not in depth like the movie is. Yeah. They don't go into greater detail. And if I was a teenager, which I do know a lot of teenagers, and I do get a lot of stuff from you guys about what kind of movies you'd like to see, what kind of movies you don't want to see. Personally, if I was a teenager, I don't think I would go see this movie, because it's like, if anything, I would just take a girl there to see if I can get some.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, that's what teenagers do nowadays. Am I lying?
Yeah, but there's a problem that we have a lot of older people. I think they're going to get away with doing that in the theater like that.
Oh, give it another week. Give it another week. Plus, with Midway, there's really no kind of smooth setting, really. I mean, there is kind of, but not like enough to where you're gonna bang in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Which you ain't gonna get away with that.
I don't want to see you can really do anything like that in an old movie.
I know. I was glad they didn't have a spoiler. I was glad they didn't have a sex scene in there, because God, if those kids would have watched that, imagine.
It's PG-13. They're not gonna have that.
I know.
Not that stuff.
I know. That's why, now that I do think about it, PG-13 ain't gonna have that crap. If it was rated R, that'd be a whole different story.
Yeah.
But it's not rated R.
And it actually doesn't have a whole lot of cussing in it either.
I mean, it did here and there.
But it was not like you see in a lot of movies these days.
It's not like we talk to Shiggy all the time.
Oh, jeez.
And the funny thing is, guys, Shiggy is a naval vet.
Yeah, he is.
So, I mean, he probably would have enjoyed this movie a lot more than we would have, because, I mean, he's a naval vet. Yeah, he wasn't a pilot, but, I mean, he worked on the ships. So he knows firsthand how most of those ships work.
They're much more technical.
Now, back to my critiquing standpoint. Kids know, teens know, adults, yes. Most adults would love this just to reminisce all that history, because we did see a lot of older people there.
Yeah, but if the only way teenagers and kids would, if your parents explain to them what's going on,
right?
Give them history lessons. Basically, they need to give them somewhat of a brief history lesson before they see it. Actually.
So, on a critiquing standpoint, I'm actually going to change my personal standpoint to 3.5. Critiquing standpoint is going to get a 3, just because it's not for all audiences, unless there are some kids that want to learn. In which case, if you got kids that want to learn about the war, that's awesome. I mean, because a lot of that stuff was the reason why we are here today.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of kids don't understand that, and a lot of teenagers don't understand that. They take living among us is like a privilege, and it's like,
no, not
really.
Back in those days,
it's a whole different story. Just imagine if we had to relive through the draft again.
Back in those days, soldiers were considered heroes, and when they was in the war, they considered heroes. Nowadays, like they don't respect them like they used to.
I know. And yeah, it's a great history lesson in my opinion.
Yeah, it is, because you got basically a lot of main characters in there from the Japanese side, in the Japanese Navy and the U.S. Navy.
And a lot of people don't even know who most of those people are. Which, if you guys at home do know who most of the people are in Midway, I applaud you, because there were even some people in there that I didn't know, and I love World War II movies. I mean,
they named an aircraft carrier after one of them. That's all I'm going to tell you. They had an aircraft carrier named after one of the admirals in the movie. So.
Oh yeah, I know that. I forget which one though.
I ain't going to say it.
No, they'll have to figure it out. Which
I'll tell you after we're off camera. Though.
Yeah. But guys, that is going to be it for our movie review of Midway. Sorry it's a week late, but you guys got to understand. I have work. He's got work. It's not exactly like we have free time.
Yeah.
This is our free time. Our free time is literally spending an entire day watching 2 movies. Him trying to figure out his stuff before his mom's service next week.
Next Saturday.
And us trying to eat in between because we're hungry. What can you do?
Yeah. Oh, we did eat. We managed to do that.
We did. We did. Because I can't go a whole day without eating. That'd be messed up. I would deface half the fat kids in this world.
The good thing we ate at the restaurant. You probably had like a big old bucket of popcorn there.
Yeah, no. Guys, that is going to be it for our movie review of Midway. Please leave a like below. Please comment with your opinions on it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Or you just didn't care? In which case, if you didn't care, go take a plane and fly into a Japanese carrier for all.
They tried to do that.
I mean, whoever, if you don't know history, that's a given.
Well, Japanese, if you know history, give you history. That's the Japanese late in the war. They used their planes as kamikazes. Try to crash the ships with badly beaten.
Guys, please subscribe for more as we're busting out videos for you guys the best we possibly can here on YouTube. And for that, we thank you all for watching.
I love you, darling. Stay classy.
And we encourage you all to please stay classy. And thank you for your service, everyone out there who watches this video.